I spent about an hour, a little over an hour tonight, maybe an hour and a half, listening to the appeal by the fascist Trump's organization to have the stay, the stay that was issued by an appeals court in the Ninth Circuit. Wait a minute. The Trump government was arguing the stay should be lifted, and we go back to the chaos that this crazy son of a bitch had caused last weekend. And asking for the or defending the stay was the Attorney General of the state of Washington. And they did this before a three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit. Interestingly, one judge appointed by Carter, good God, another one by Obama, another one by George W. Bush. The judge appointed by Carter looked very, very old. Well, he couldn't be that old. Hell, I tried to get Carter reelected. So, but the panel, the three-judge panel that was listening to this appeal by the fascist Trump organization to have the stay lifted, I think most people who listened to the different attorneys and the questions as they were asked by the three-judge panel, I think you heard the same thing I did, that the three-judge panel was voicing an awful lot of skepticism at whoever the guy was defending the fascist Trump's order that targeted travel and banned Muslims. Anyway, the argument presented by the fascist Trump side was that Trump has the power to impose immigration restrictions based on national security concerns. And I think the judges were pointing out that of the 7 countries that Obama and the Republican Congress have listed as countries that are countries that obviously have a population of terrorists in those 7 countries. And a lot of their acts of terror are perpetrated in that area or in Europe. But the judges wanted to know why the countries that have actually sent terrorists to this country were not on the banned list. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar. Was it Qatar? Maybe it wasn't. And of course, the fascist Trump's lawyer had no answer for that. Anyway, there are several courts around the country now who have blocked parts of the fascist Trump order. But the broadest ruling was the one at issue in front of the Ninth Circuit this evening. Now, the three-judge panel was considering an early ruling. This is the appeal was filed because of a ruling issued by Judge James Robart of the Federal District Court in Seattle, which allowed previously barred travelers and immigrants to enter the country. And the Justice Department lawyer, the Trump lawyer, August Flentje, was asked by Michelle Friedland, the Obama-appointed judge, quote, "Are you arguing then that the president's decision is unreviewable?" And the Justice Department lawyer, the Trump lawyer, said, he paused for a moment, and then he said, yes, it is unreviewable. Another judge, Canby Jr., who I think was appointed by Bush, asked, could the president simply say in the order, we're not going to let any Muslims in? And the Justice Department lawyer said the 2 states that have sued over Trump's executive order would be powerless to challenge such a hypothetical. The question that the judge asked was a hypothetical, according to this asshole. Anyway, in listening to it, perhaps you did, but I was fascinated. I was waiting for Molly to finish her swim team practice. I was sitting out in the parking lot in this driving rainstorm, listening on CNN. And it was very interesting. An awful lot of it, of course, I couldn't grasp, I couldn't understand, because they were citing various cases on both the appellate level and the Supreme Court level to bolster each side's arguments. And the questions from the judges, of course, they use court terms or legal terms that, even with a workable understanding of, well, not workable, but with a slight understanding of Latin as I possess, a lot of it, I could not figure out what they were saying. My ability to understand Latin depends on if I've got like an hour to look at a sentence and figure out what 20 words mean, which if you've had 2 years of Latin is fairly easy to do. But anyway, I think this is just a harbinger of what's going to happen. Trump thinks he's running a construction company to build one of his gambling dens or one of his hotels that he's going to go bankrupt on and leave everybody else holding a bag. And I think he thinks that he's still operating there. He gives orders. And the orders that don't come from him are coming from that sick fuck Stephen Bannon, excuse me. But Bannon, I'll tell you, Bannon's off the charts. I mean, this guy is, see, I can't find the words. He reminds me of Herman Goering a bit. Maybe that's because he looks like him. But some of the stuff Bannon is coming up with, you know, he's whispering into Trump's ear, telling Trump what to do. Trump is such an ignorant savage. He really is. Some bitch doesn't know anything. I'd be willing to bet you that I could put Trump in a desk there and Molly in a desk there, and then ask each one of them, say, 5 questions in 5 subjects, and Molly would whip his ass. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? I mean, he's such an ignorant savage, this Trump. I mean, Jesus, God, he's got to be the most ignorant pig that has ever occupied the White House.